All right, well, let's get started here. Once again, thank you and welcome to our business briefing today. I think we're going to keep this very brief in honor of it being a briefing, probably around a half hour, which will be hopefully buy you some time for the rest of your day, as I know time is very precious. If you can go to the next slide. I'd like to introduce myself. I am Bill Knapp. I am the Managing Director here at Socius, and with me today is our Cloud Services Manager, Bert Burry, who will be speaking just following me. Go to the next one. We would like to talk a little bit about upgrading to GP 2015 and some of the values and what is going on right at this moment in time, and how that so clearly dovetails with considering the cloud at this point in time. So hopefully by the conclusion, you'll come away with a much better idea of cloud service and what it can mean for you and why it may be of value for you at this moment in time. So let's go to the next one. We will be taking questions, by the way, at the end. So if you have a question, you can either type it in or we'll be opening up the mics at the end. So first and foremost, GP 2015 has significantly changed this year. That is not the case, as many of you that have been longtime GP clients have found. There may be minor changes, moderate changes, but this is a time where specifically there's some very significant things going on. For one, ACA compliance just came out in the past 2013 release. Most of you, of course, are predominantly on 2010 or even below potentially. But getting to ACA compliance and having that capability is very important. In addition to that, there is a number of things that have been coming out for the past couple of years that have really culminated into some strong deliverables in 2015 around workflows, process enhancements, specifically in the HR and the payroll area, as well as in the reporting area. And then, as we all know, we're talking so much now about Azure, the cloud, and so much is about decisions in that area. Multi-tenancy is supported in the R2, the release 2 of 2015. In addition to that, if you are on 2010, it will be unsupported as of October 15th. And so that gives you another point of decision. What this has brought together, by the way, is that we have more of our clients that have asked us to do the upgrade this year than we have ever had at any one given point in time. And in fact, we have actually segmented out our GP practice, which is rather large, to form a specific unit around upgrades at this point in time. And I would hope that some of you that are interested in this or have actually raised your hand to do it are already speaking with Christopher Kubala and his team. Now, as we look at this upgrade, the other thing that's going to happen during this is you're going to look at your hardware platform. Consider, is it going to be enough to handle 2015? Is it at a level of security? Does it have enough memory? Is it sufficient? And is it the right, do I have it in the right location? What other decisions I need to make about my hardware really come to play right at this point in time, which again makes this a perfect confluence of time to talk about the cloud and considering the cloud as you look to potentially upgrading. If we can go on to the next. The last thing I'd like to bring up is, before I bring Bert on to the briefing, is to say that to assist in this area, we are providing an incentive in terms of reducing by 20% our setup fees for the cloud. And we're looking for those individuals that are could be fairly small in terms of 3 user minimum, and also a 3-year cloud agreement for this. And we can talk about that further as things go on. We'll all be available, but let me turn it over to Bert.
Thank you, Bill, and I appreciate everyone's time today, and thank you for attending this brief business briefing on upgrading your version of Dynamics and upgrading and migrating to the Socius Cloud. And as we continue on the presentation today, I'd like to talk a few things about why we're going to talk about upgrading and particularly migrating to the cloud. Currently, the most cost-effective way to upgrade your version of Dynamics is migrating to the Socius cloud. And it's important to realize that migrating to the cloud really is an extension of the reach of your current IT department. View it as an opportunity to free up their time to focus on other important projects that may otherwise be competing with what they're doing currently in looking at an upgrade on-premise. Also, it's the opportunity to obtain the latest version of Dynamics as well as throughout the life of your subscription in Socius cloud environment. Another factor of why you would consider to migrating to the Socius cloud is minimal disruption for your organization. Socius can move your ERP, your enterprise resource planning, to the cloud and upgrade it in just a very few short days. It's also important to help eliminate the burden of the hardware and the upgrading process. So that comes to the conversation about what kind of value does the cloud have, and in particular, what type of value Socius Cloud has. It's greater reliability because the cloud is obviously off-premise and off-site. It's reliable. It has a data center and redundancy and internet connectivity that's built in to minimize disruption to your business and to your operations and your ERP, and that facility is monitored and manned 24/7, 365. And when you consider upgrading your ERP, it's critical to access and assess your current on-premise hardware assets. You know, in recent years, organizations have been retaining data longer and retaining even more data. So this is an opportunity for improved mobility and productivity. You can access our cloud environment via RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol, and or Web Client functionality, which is built into GP 2015 R2. And then, of course, access via reliable internet connection, such as hotspots, hotels, coffee shops, and even home. What this is a value for your users and your employees in that they have access to the ERP anywhere they have a reliable internet connection. So no longer are they actually tied to a large computer at a workstation at a desk, which is an improvement in productivity for everyone involved. Also, we need to talk about and consider reliability in terms of backup and unified recovery. In the cloud environment, it's a secure environment. We replicate the client data into the cloud environment each night. That data is actually replicated in 3 separate instances, and we provide Dynamics GP data restoration up to the last 15 minutes of transactional activity. And this is very important because your data is available and ready for you to access at a moment's notice. It's very important to keep that in mind and see what the additional value comes to mind. It's also important to think about where the hardware is located. You saw in an earlier slide the question mark of, you know, is it on premise, is it in a broom closet, or on the floor, or something along those lines. Consider the location of that as an opportunity as well. Is the hardware in an environmentally and physically secure location? You know, while most people consider the physical security, we often sometimes overlook the secondary threats to hardware, such as accidental damage. Accidental damage in and of itself can occur from spills, vacuum cleaners, and even mail carts. Also consider poor ventilation and surge protection. Those are 2 issues that can threaten the life of hardware and ultimately your access to your data and the true functionality of your ERP. Moving forward, talking in even greater detail about the Socius Cloud features, safety and security is first and foremost in everyone's mind, including SSA E16, HIPAA, SOX, and EU Safe Harbor. These are just a few of the many different options and security levels that we have. Socius Cloud environment has multiple layers of physical security at our data center, and again at the location of our racks within the data center. Additionally, we have Active Directory, security logins to the servers, and what the users specifically can access, each within their own unique authentication system. Access to the servers are again further restricted to file permissions, which are again applied to each user. Another value about the Socius Cloud environment is scalability. You can add users and applications as the need arise, and in the cloud environment, you pay only for what you use. This is a great value for organizations that are looking to grow in the next several quarters, in the next several years, but you're not quite there yet. The cloud is a great option for that because it allows you to add users each time your business grows. So instead of having to procure large hardware initially to build upon the expectation of anticipated growth, you can just add those users as that actual growth occurs throughout the business year. Socius Cloud feature is important also because we are an ERP dedicated and experienced cloud providers. Yes, it is correct that a lot of companies can provide hosting services, but very, very few have the experience that Socius can bring to the table. We have more than 30 years of ERP experience, particularly in Microsoft Dynamics. We have more than 8 years of cloud service practice. We were a 2014 Microsoft Cloud Partner Runner-Up and a Microsoft FY 2015 Inner Circle Partner. These are very esteemed recognitions by Microsoft, and we're very proud to be the holder of those. So as we talk a little bit about migrating to the cloud and particularly upgrading to Microsoft Dynamics 2015 R2, we'd like to talk a little bit about the price incentives that Bill spoke about at the beginning of the presentation. This price incentive is relating to an upgrade from an earlier version of GP 2010 and partnering with migrating to the Socius Cloud on or before the 30th of September. You will receive a 20% discount in the cloud setup fees. A 3-user minimum is required in the cloud environment, and then a 3-year cloud agreement will be required as well. By doing so, you're going to enjoy minimum disruption, limited interruptions to operations, and you can help reduce the heavy workload that you have on your existing IT staff as well. We feel that it is the best choice and encourage you to upgrade now rather than later in the year. And the reason for that is because it's a great opportunity to use the summer downtime to upgrade your ERP, and then of course upgrade before year-end cycles and the reporting that you have to face for employees and healthcare requirements at the end of the year. We have prepared a cloud cost comparison calculator that we can use to illustrate the value of Socius Cloud as compared to an on-premise cost. These are some certain factors that we have here in this table, and we would be happy to share that calculator with you. If you were to contact us, we will provide it and help you navigate through that calculator to enter in the anticipated number of users that you would have in your environment, and then validate the assumptions, and then look at the on-premise costs on an annual basis as compared to the infrastructure as a service costs here within Socius Cloud. In this particular example that we have for you today, we looked at 6 users, and you can see the savings down on the center low right where it says the savings realized by migrating to Socius Cloud over the hardware on-premise costs and acquisition is a savings of more than $9,000, almost $10,000. So there's real value in migrating to the cloud in terms of dollars, as well as the peace of mind that you have knowing that your ERP is being hosted by a provider with the unique experience and knowledge and skill sets that only Socius can bring to the table. So as we consider and wrap up the brief business briefing that we had today, we would like to talk about some next steps. We would encourage you and remind you that upgrading your Dynamics is more important now more than ever. And it's important that we encourage you to contact Socius so that we can help you understand and upgrade your existing ERP. It's also a reminder that the cloud should be an important component to your corporate strategy. Contact us today and we'd be happy to have a cloud conversation with you and talk about the best cloud deployment strategy for you. If this presentation and discussion, regarding upgrades and migrating to the cloud resonates with you, we invite you to reach out to your account manager and discuss it further and start having a cloud conversation internally today within your own organization. We'd also like to remind you to visit our website to identify potential cost savings by requesting the cloud calculator, and then also to take a look at our cloud FAQs that will be made available on the internet for you, and then to take a look at our cloud options quiz. This is an online quiz that you can navigate through the website here at Socius1.com and take a look at that and kind of get an idea of what your footprint in the cloud might be, and to find out what might be the perfect fit for you. We know that when it comes to cloud applications, you expect providers to be both knowledgeable and have solutions which are readily available. And again, at Socius, we combine more than 30 years of ERP experience with proven cloud technology and a staff that has the expertise and the knowledge and the bandwidth to be able to help you each and every aspect of that migration to the cloud. And then lastly, there is another opportunity to learn more about the cloud and about the Socius Cloud in general and in specifically. You can attend the Cloud Solution Spotlight Series. This is a free engagement that we have. You can go and take a look at this and obtain information. We will be in 3 different cities in Ohio next week. We will be in Cincinnati on Monday, in Columbus on Tuesday, and Cleveland on Wednesday. So you can sign up to get a free event information to get a better understanding of what the cloud is and how it benefits your business. We will explore the basics and the benefits of Socius Cloud, and we hope that you'll walk away with a better understanding of how Socius Cloud can further empower your organization to achieve better growth, increase productivity, and reliable services in the cloud. So go to our website and select this option and take a look to see if you can make room on your schedule and your calendar to attend our Solution Spotlight Series. With that, I'd like to wrap up this quick business briefing and turn it over again